What is going on, guys? My name is BESTSETTINGS, and today I'm going to be giving you guys a tutorial on how to record your capture for your OBS Studio or your Elgato or just in general Streamlabs, stuff like that. I'm recording right now with the OBS system, and this is mainly towards people that use a gaming laptop. As you guys can see, I'm using my new microphone that actually works now, the Audio Technica 2020. Let me know if there's any buzzing sound. There shouldn't be any buzzing. I've managed to get it working fine. I'm making a late night video. I usually don't do this anymore, but as of now, I am right now, and I will be doing a Minecraft Let's Play. But anyway, what I'm going to show you guys is how to fix it. There actually is a website that I kind of want to give you guys that will help you guys throughout this whole entire process of this video. So hopefully that guys can help you out there. So I'm going to show you guys basically what to do. This should be something you should know. Key factor. So I'm going to bring up a website that you guys are most likely going to use to understand a little bit of things, because this is only, it's mostly towards people that use OBS and they're not going to get a screen capture. And this is mainly towards people that are on a gaming laptop, because they run two processors. So you could have AMD and your integrated graphics card instead of just the NVIDIA, which is exactly what a desktop runs with. So as you guys can see here, TDLR, NVIDIA laptops, for NVIDIA laptops, go to the NVIDIA control panel, Windows control panel, and go to 3D settings on the left. Then on the right pane, add the OBS 360 to the pane, drop down list, and add high performance adapter. Okay, so this is something I had to try doing, right? So what you do if you have NVIDIA, okay, so what you would go to is right here. And let me know if the face cam looks okay. If it's in, I don't know, it should be in a goodish position. I don't know, we'll see. If you guys want more tutorials like this kind of thing, let me know for sure. This is just loading up. I'm actually gonna put on my iScreen capture. I care. It's gonna turn this yellow, just so I don't get enough blue light back at me, right? So it looks a lot cleaner. You guys don't see it, but I do. So right here you can see here it says high performance NVIDIA processor. So ideally what you want to be doing is, if you have a desktop, you want to be running this. Now some laptops this will work for you when you run it as this, but it didn't work out for me. So go over to your program settings when you're on manage 3D settings on the top left, where my literally face cam is just like right here, okay? And then what you do on program settings is wait for it to load. It's going to load a big bunch of programs that you have installed in your computer, things that run in your background. The whole shebang will come up, and you guys will kind of get to understand a little bit more about it, and I'll be trying to explain it as much as I can for you guys so that you guys can actually get it to work no problem. So hopefully I can get this whole tutorial done for you guys, and you should have no problems whatsoever. Anyway, when you get to this point, when you add to the program, you'll see right here I have Open Broadcaster software already selected. If you for some reason can't find it in here, you're gonna have to click this little add button right here, and when you click that, give it a brief moment, you should have something like this: set graphics card, stuff like that, find OBS Studio. Okay, then you want to click add selected program. You might have Streamlabs, you probably don't. I mean, Streamlabs doesn't come up here, it's usually just OBS. But anyway, add your OBS to there, or your Elgato game capture, which is probably for some reason not wanting to capture your other monitor or your screen in general. And the reason it doesn't capture for me in general is because I'm running through a HDMI splitter, which allows me to switch back and forth between my console on this screen as well as my other second PC screen, right? So for me it says run it here as high performance, and I had it naturally on global settings, and it didn't quite work for me. So, or alternatively, if it didn't work, you can, here's a bit easier step-by-step for the game capture, right, which is Elgato. NVIDIA's control panel, 3D settings on the left, global settings on the right, right click on the drop down panel and select click apply and OK, restart the OBS and the game. okay? And if it doesn't work, again, for some reason you need a monitor / display capture, which is what we're focusing on here. You need to set OBS to run on the Intel computer or the GPU, as that's where the monitor display is rendered for laptops, right? So if you want to render or capture the monitor on your laptop, you're gonna have to render everything through the Intel GPU settings. And for some reason this didn't show up for me under the program settings. Don't worry, it's okay. Everything you done and set up through OBS should be fine. Your settings will be completely safe. There should be no problems, okay? So if you scroll down here on this page should be down below in the description so that you guys can read it over yourselves. Anyway, what I'm going to quickly explain here, just so that you guys can get down to the business, is if you're using a laptop, you may run into capture issues, black screens where it doesn't show at all, or just a little dot in the corner, which is like way up here. And then most laptops have more than one graphics adapter. Exactly what I do. And do they have more than one graphics adapter? Because one is more for saving power on the desktop and the Windows, and then the other is for performance, which is straight for gaming, which is why laptops are mainly based on using batteries, which is why they have the 2 graphics cards in there in the first place for gaming laptops, like literally, okay? So they're designed for running on batteries and not as much as kind of streaming wise. They're more of kind of just gaming and kind of playing with friends and doing, you know, small video edits. Nothing big but small, which does work because I did it on my laptop, everything on my laptop. And window capture compatibility mode, you can do that if you want, but anyway, we're just going to jump to the nifty grifty. You want to run it on integrated graphics, okay? It's going to be the easiest way. I know it sounds ridiculous, guys, but it is going to save you a ton of time. And you can look at all the settings that are get turned off here, but it's nothing huge, it's nothing serious. Everything will still run the same. So once you click apply and okay that, you can close out of here, and then you want to restart OBS. When you restart OBS, for instance, you're looking at me right now on this screen now, and you can see my desktop completely fine, right? Everything's working. As you can see, I have my desktop. It works great, and it's a little bit smoother. It's not as high-end graphic because it's not running on high-end performance, which is completely fine. But I'm going to show you guys how to set up your whole entire thing from here so that you guys can run on the brand new and the newest best graphic update streaming, whatever, the best streaming setup right now. So what you want to go do, don't worry about any of this on the screen. That doesn't matter. That's your own customization. I want you to go over to the settings tab. So go to file, go to settings. If you're on OBS, you can do this somewhat on the same on Streamlabs. They do have this as well if you have Streamlabs OBS, which I use mainly for streaming, but for recording wise, I would use OBS. It's more smoother. So I'm just going to keep my theme as dark. You can do whatever you want here, really, to be honest. On the general stream tab is pretty simple. You just have your Twitch, your YouTube, blah blah blah, right? Simple. So we're going to focus on the first things first is your output. The first thing you want to actually is set the output mode from simple to advanced, and this is going to give you a bigger drop down menu. Now the next part I'm going to explain here, audio track, I just run it on the first one. It doesn't really matter at all on the streaming side. For the encoder, you're going to see your NVIDIA InSync H.2.64, right, which is an encoder that is used through Adobe After Effects on the really old one, 2014. They did remove it later on, which you now have to use Adobe Encoder just to freaking do it now, to upload in good high quality. Doesn't make sense, really. Anyway, you're going to see the brackets new. That is the one you want to be using if you're using NVIDIA. There might be something for AMD as well out now, which is like your new graphics card. So make sure you do update your graphics card, guys, because it will save you a lot of money and it will save you a lot of errors and crashes on your computer. So make sure you do that. Now, a lot of people say CBR is great, and I've been using it for a long time, but the best one for render quality for making video wise is VBR. You want to be 100% using VBR. It makes a better rendering out quality. So there you go, use VBR, and you'll see a lot of Fortnite streamers using VBR. Also enforce the streaming service encoder settings. Now the bitrate is the part that I was talking about, which is going to depend on your internet speed. So you want to do a speed test for your computer, and you can actually do a little quick test here. I'll actually bring you guys up on the website once again. So what you want to do is go to Twitch Inspector, right? If you don't have it and you're streaming to Twitch, the moment you hit the start streaming button, you're going to go to Twitch. But instead, you want to go to your Twitch Inspector, log in with your account, and I'm going to basically show you what everything kind of looks like. You can see right here, it says Run Stream Test. Click that. Now, this is your key, for instance, right? Just that part there. You want to make sure you have this bit here that's highlighted right there, and just copy that right there. Close it, open your broadcaster, and when you go to the streaming, for your streaming key, after you put the stream key in, like literally underneath your stream key, like after the stream key, as soon as you put the stream key in, after the stream key, paste that in after, and when you start streaming, it's going to go over to your Twitch Inspector, and you're going to get an average bit rate, right? And it depends on your internet speed, how fast you are. If you're on Ethernet, you should be generally okay, and if you're not auto port forwarding to like your games like Call of Duty, you might have some issues like I do right now because I'm trying to get a hold of my gateway. But at the same time, guys, I mean, that's the trouble you go through with everyday kind of streaming, everyday life. There are things that will always get in the way of you doing your daily life routine, but that's not the point here. So again, it is based. Test it. Now, most people that have really great computers, Ethernet, you're going to be running a minimum bitrate of 40,000 bits to 60,000. If you can't do that, run 2500 to 60,000 and you should be fine. 3,500 is at 1080p, that's the minimum, and then you have 4,000, which is 1080p 60 frames, and that really does vary on what, again, like what I said. So 40,000, 60,000 is the best. You want to have your keyframe interval at 2 seconds. I had this at 0 before, but put it to 2 is better. And the next part, your preset, is really dependent on your computer. So I have not a brand new awesome computer with a lot of graphics cards. I just have the one, and it's a GTX 950. So it's a little bit older now, quite a bit older. So I'm going to run on quality, not maximum quality. And again, you want to be max quality if you're on the best settings. But again, it does depend on your computer. Most of you guys might be running on quality or performance at this point. Profile, no matter what, you want your profile set to high. Make sure you do that. Look ahead. These are 2 new features that you guys will see on OBS. Like again, like I said, now OBS 64-bit only, and as well as Streamlabs OBS 64-bit as well. So make sure you do that. Man, GPU 0 and max B frames 2. That's what you gotta do for there. Now head over to your recording tab. Again, simple as everything. You can just go select wherever you want to make your folder. It'll instantly upload the new area wherever you set the folder to. Audio tracker, just leave it as 1. Recording format, I always go as MP4 because it makes it simplified to edit videos. It might take a little bit longer to render out because it's in better quality. But I mean, if you are doing other things, then I guess you might have to use FLV or movie. I don't know, but most of you guys will use MP4. I'm assuming you can agree with me at this point. Like, let's be serious, okay? Again, you want to go down here, make sure you do the NVIDIA H.264 new, and don't worry about this part here that says all this. Go to your rate control, VBR, oh, my bad, and make sure this is at 40,000, 60,000 to quality high. Again, same thing, look ahead and cycle visual tuning, which are again the new features like I said. And then 0 and 2, and that should be everything. You can apply it every time you do one of these screens. Apply and OK your changes. That is very, very important. Make sure you do so. So apply it. Go to your audio tab. It doesn't really matter. This is something you'll get to if you're more of an audio person that knows a lot about microphones, which I'm not very tech savvy on microphones or making music as much anymore nowadays. So that's where I have my friend Jim Spinner for that. Subscribe to Jim Spinner. If I have his link to his YouTube channel, I'll put it down below. If not, I'll just put his SoundCloud and stuff like that so you guys can go follow him. He makes really good music, and I did quote out my stream on Twitch, which you guys might see if you guys follow my Twitch. So yeah. Anyway, replay buffer, don't worry about it. Lastly, not least, on your audio, make sure this thing can be a little bit more easier to mandatory. This does depend on what your kind of audio runs. Again, most of my audio runs in 44.1 kilohertz. I have had 48 kilohertz back in the past, but most of my stuff like headsets, my earphones, my Adobe Bass, my microphone, they all run on 44.1. And again, this is 20,000 decibels, right? So stereo, that's about average, normal. Your desktop audio, this is something like you should have like headphones so that the stream's going to you so you can hear what's going on. So do that. Leave the second one out unless you have something else that you're going to put it to. The first microphone is the one that you're going to be using, prioritizing. Again, I am using this microphone, lovely one right here. And then my second device is usually something like my backup webcam mic if this stops working for some whatever stupid reason, okay? But it doesn't. It's great. Again, at the bottom here, fast, sample peak, disabled on everything else. I'm going to teach you guys how to lower your microphone if you have a condenser so that you don't get the buzzing sound. Just explain that in a bit here. But everything else should be fine here. Go down your video. This is very basic, simple. Whatever your monitor size can be at the max at the top here. The bottom is the output. You can downscale it so that your frames can be in 720p instead of 1080p. For the common values, this is what you want to be using. You don't want to be using integer or whatever. And you also want to be using line cost, which is sharpened 32 sample scaling, which is the best for the best kind of like resolution, faster rendering. Everything makes it really look clean and good. Especially for video editing or montages, so make sure you do line cause. And again, 30 or 60. I mean, you can do 29.97, but just do the 30 because if you record with an Elgato, it's going to automatically do at 29.97 or 59.94, okay? So do that. Hotkeys, don't worry about that. Advanced, lastly, normal. For your renderer, Direct 3D 11. It should be Direct 12 soon. Color format NV12. Under UV color space, you want to go for 709, and then for your full color range, you want to go for full instead of partial, and then click apply and OK, and you should be done. That should be all your settings done, ready to go to stream in the best qualities. Hopefully this video has helped you. Now lastly, I'm going to jump to the last part, which is about my microphone here, so that you guys can understand how to get rid of that buzzing sound if you have a mic. Alright, so there used to be a way where you could go over to, for instance, right here, if I right click on my sounds, and then what you would do is you would go over to the recording tab, and you would find your microphone that you're currently using, okay, and you would find another tab here which is missing, which is called enhancements. They removed it. It's only for your speakers now. So the only way to really do this is have Realtek installed, and the last thing you want to do is on the recording program, for instance, you'll see here my microphone, click the settings tab at the bottom, click filters, and you're actually going to see I have noise suppression, and mine is at -37. So if you have an Audio Technica, you'll see here on the piece of paper for the Audio Technica 2020 that it says the open circuit sensitivity is at -37 decibels. So that's what you can drop it down to at most to stop the buzzing as much as you can. But again, you can change it, and it goes from a dynamic range of 124 decibels. And the frequency response is 20 to 20,000 hertz, right? So that is what the Audio Technica runs at. Again, you can do this, but if you guys don't see this, what you guys do is you just click the add button down here, and you'll have all these different options. It's a little bit different on some other programs, but again, OBS and Streamlabs are the only ones with the new features. But again, you have your gain, so if you want to boost the microphone, so if it's not as loud, and I put this like really far away, and then I just kind of sound really quiet, you know, then I can put the gain up so that I can sound a little bit better and have the microphone away so it's not in my face and I sound clean on stream. So noise suppression does that anyway, and then you have a whole bunch of different ones that I don't really play with, but do that and you'll have your microphone hopefully with no buzz. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. It has been a solid good maybe 10 minutes maybe or less. Hopefully I've done under 10 minutes. thank you guys so much for watching. I've been AbyssGaming, Stormy, or Ian. And it was also my 21st birthday yesterday, so if you guys haven't seen the stream on Twitch, go watch that. You guys will love it. You guys will enjoy it. There's some funny really clips. I have to put them up there. I need to clip them. They were really hysterical. My friend literally freaking rolled off them hill. It was so funny. So yeah, I might do a re-roll or rerun of the stream. But anyway, guys, peace out and take it easy.